Let's take a look a little bit at Knoppix. The after you extract the files, this is what you should see. You may not see the extensions on the end. I like to see the extensions if I'm doing any kind of computer work. If you're in your window here, if you press your Alt, there it goes. It's like computer's going slow. Okay, if you press your Alt, you'll have this menu come up, or it'll disappear. Okay, and then if you look at the different options available, there's Tools, Folder Options, and then there's View, and you see where it says Hide Extensions for Known File Types. Usually by default that's selected. You want that unselected, and then you click OK, and then you'll see your extensions. Now the one I'm going to click on to bring up the virtual machine is this one with the VMX on it. So if I double click that, it'll load my VMware player and bring up the appliance. Now you'll have different messages than me on this, so I wouldn't recommend installing anything that comes up and asks you that. And you click OK on that. OK. Okay. Now, again, I don't remember what the exact setup looks like when it's unzipped, but I'm going to show you how to work with Windows. Okay. Now, if I click this Home icon down here, actually, if I just click anywhere in the screen, then it puts focus on the Knoppix. And to return to my computer, I have to do Control-Alt. If I try to use my mouse and go outside of this window, then it won't let me. You can do a Control-Alt, and it returns focus there, and you could maximize this if you want, like that. There's even some options here, enter full screen mode. Send Control, delete the virtual machine. There's full screen mode. Okay. And then Control-Alt returns focus back, and let's see, what other options are there? Control-Delete, that sends that. There's take it back out of full screen like that. So different options available. Anyway, I'm gonna go to Knoppix here. And this first one here at Home, if I click that, it'll pop up with this this window here. Now, see how there's an X in the upper right-hand corner that closes the window? This little square maximizes it, and this minimizes. That probably looks familiar. It's the same thing as in Windows. So I click the X, and that closes that. Now, if I bring up the Home again, these are your different files available. These are some ones I created, and a lot of times right-clicking on it gives you all the different options you'd ever want to do. So if you're trying to figure out how do I do something, right-click on it, and you'll probably see your option. Now, my goal here is not to make you an expert on Knoppix, just not to kind of navigate around. And then you can click these folders here to go to different locations. You can do here to go up. And here's your standard Linux, Unix setup. And of course, not all of them are unique to Linux or Unix. You see a mix as a Knoppix. Obviously, you wouldn't have a Knoppix folder in another distribution. And here's your dev, so forth. Okay. Now, if you got different windows open, like I'll open that, let me minimize it. And looks like I have another one open from when I was doing the earlier demonstration, SDC1. That doesn't look like there's anything there right now. You can, over here, click on these to bring them up. You can also choose this option, window list. And if you do the window list, then you see it lists everything you have currently running. Now here's a web browser, and here's a web browser. Nice thing about a virtual machine is if you use a web browser, in theory, if you access an infected file, you open an infected file, you're opening just in this virtual machine. And if you corrupt this virtual machine, all you have to do is delete that folder and then unzip your appliance again. So really cool feature of appliances. Here's OpenOffice. Desktop, show desktop, window list. Here's programs and configurations unique to Knoppix. So you can take a look at those. Configure, network. Some of these we'll look at in other utilities and what they do and so forth. Now here's the main folder. You get your development, editors, games, all different kinds of things available. Graphics. There's a full feature of programs available here. All things you can do with the internet. Some of those we'll look at later on. So you can see that it's pretty user friendly. A lot of your Linux distributions are user friendly now. Knoppix is meant to be a small distribution. You could run off of a CD. I keep saying CD, but I know that at least I'm not very good with hardware, but I believe you can boot off of a DVD also now. Some of my knowledge is becoming antiquated. But anyway, those are the basics of Knoppix. Now I'm going to do a Control-Alt, and that'll take it so I can access this. And if you close this window, it'll ask you if you want to suspend it or power off. And suspending will preserve your environment and data for later use. Powering off will actually shut it down. I would always recommend doing a suspend. I'm not even sure what the root password is on this particular appliance, but if you never power off, then if you always do a suspend, then you'd be fine. If we were going to be doing a huge amount with this distribution, then I'd take the trouble to look up the root password. I'm going to click suspend, and then you're back to here. And again, the beauty of this is this operating system is contained entirely within these files here. So if something were to happen, something gets corrupted, something doesn't work right, delete this folder, unzip it, and you're back up and running.